Welcome to the Happiest Places Home Kitchen. We're making a heart-healthy version of a burger today, and I'm using turkey meat. But the key to having a heart-healthy burger is ensuring that you have low-fat meat, which I will explore with you, and no salt-added ketchup. This is really the key, okay? So let's get started. Firstly, I have cut up some tomato and lettuce so that we have something for our garnish. And I have some spices here ready to go. Ground black pepper, garlic powder. Make sure you don't have garlic salt. Any salt is to be avoided. Okay, and then onion powder. And these are staples for a lot of the recipes that would be very heart healthy. Just avoiding salt is so important. I'm adding Dijon mustard to my burger. The sodium on this is 75 milligrams for a teaspoon. I put the tiniest touch of this mixed in with the no salt ketchup. My husband uses the regular type and it's just a little higher in sodium, 80 milligrams, okay? Obviously we have no salt in our veggies, and I'm going to add a cheese wedge to my burger. If you can go without the cheese, best to do that. But this is a low-fat, creamy Swiss. It's from Laughing Cow. It's delicious, and it really adds something to it. So the sodium on this is 180 milligrams for this wedge, but it's still not kicking up the numbers because so many other things that we have here are low sodium. And then a wonderful savior for people who are trying to stay heart healthy are these rolls. They're by a company called Schmidt. They're 647 rolls. They're low in calorie, they have 0 trans fat, and they are very low in sodium compared to other rolls. So the numbers on this are 190 per roll. That's pretty good. Always when you're shopping, just look at the labels and see what you can do. Other people in the store will be very frustrated with you, but that's okay. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna get the meat ready. I just wanted to cover my cutting board because it's marble and I didn't want the meat to sink into that stone. And I have my ground turkey breast here. I'm using Perdue ground turkey breast. It's very low in fat. It's 98% fat-free. That's pretty good. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut this open. Down here. I try to keep it in one piece, which is not happening because it just makes everything easier. Okay, so I just cut this into 4s. I think this part is probably the obvious part, but you know, just showing you how we do it here. All right, so I just quickly mash these into a burger patty. I try to keep them all even because we're cooking this recipe in an air fryer and things could turn out differently if they're different sizes. Okay, just speed through this. When this cooks in an air fryer, it's easier for you to see what fat it's giving off, and at the bottom of the fryer there's barely any, so you know you're doing a really good thing for your heart here. Okay. Really, if you're on a diet too. Okay, we're almost there, and we're gonna season these, and I'll show you what setting I'm going to use on my air fryer. Not all air fryers are built the same, and most of them come with very specific instructions for every type of food in the packaging. So make sure you hang on to that because, you know, there are test kitchens that figure all of this out, and you might as well use their expertise. Okay, it looks like we're pretty equal here. I'm gonna wash my hands. Okay, time for seasoning. So we're just gonna take our onion powder, and I lightly dust it using more of the onion powder than the garlic powder. If you wanted to measure it out because you're one of those people who needs to be very specific, which I typically am, but this is the way I do it every time, so I would do about a ½ teaspoon on each burger, maybe between a 1/4 teaspoon and a half. And then the garlic I go lighter on just because that has a little more flavor and punch. And now we will do fresh ground black pepper. Now most people at this stage, whatever type of using for a burger, would salt them. And that is something we are definitely not doing here. But this will give it some beautiful flavor, okay? All right, so we're all set here. You could kind of rub the spices in, which I tend to do, so let me just do that. And okay, I want to show you the mechanism, my air fryer here. So this is from the Drew Barrymore collection of beautiful appliances. I bought all of them except for one, and I'm very happy with it. You just press power. On this, it has an air fry feature and a roast feature. For this, I'm using roast, and I'm putting the time down to 15 minutes. You could go 16, okay? And then for the temperature, I'm lowering it to 360. I'm gonna turn it my way again. Now you know what we're doing here. I pulled out the basket and I put in the thing that goes on the bottom, which is in the dishwasher. Okay, so I just put my basket in the bottom. I use olive oil spray, non-stick cooking spray instead of Pam. I just think it's healthier. Just spritz it a little. Actually, most air fryers say you don't have to do that, but I'm doing it. Okay, so I'm just going to put the seasoned side up like that. Great. And then I'm going to push it in here. I'm going to have to reset this because it turns off on its own all the time. And we will start. Okay, washing hands again and then getting everything set up to assemble the burgers. That's not me. And I'm having one here. All right. For me, I'm going to spread the cheese spread right on the roll. So when I put the burger down on it, it's good to go. It's nice and creamy, so it's easy to do this. I would just investigate cheeses that are low fat. If you can, go without cheese, I would. Okay, but I'm doing it. All right, so we've got that, and then I'm going to show you my very specific way I do this to make sure that I'm not going over on the sodium. This, I'll show you the label on a little insert. It doesn't have sodium. It's just like 5 milligrams. It's nothing. And that's for a tablespoon. Yep. All right, so then I'm taking my Dijon mustard. I like Dijon. Did I ever open this one? No. We're using this one. This one is 55 milligrams for a teaspoon. Good & Gather organic, Target. Okay, I'm just going to pop a few drops. And then I just mix that around with a fork. And when these burgers are finished, we are ready to go. So I'm going to let someone else assemble their burger. And when these are finished, I'll show you the finished product. Scoot them up. We're about halfway through. I'm going to pause and flip these and season the other side. You do not have to do that, but I am. They look a little white on the bottom if you only do the one side. And I'll show you what I mean. gonna throw a little pepper. Onion powder. And then I'm going to skip the garlic on this one. It starts right back up. 7 minutes to go. Somebody's ready, but she doesn't get to have the meat with the seasoning, do you? No. So the air fryer's done. Let's pull it out. I'm going to show you what they look like in the basket. They look a little prettier on the other side. And that's it. Heart healthy turkey burgers. Super easy and great for your heart.